set up on the front, right beside the pulpit, with everybody in the aisle. You know why? Because I remembered and recalled God's victory before, and I believe He give me victory again. So if you don't make note of what God is doing in your life, it's like you're erasing your history. You're forgetting it. This is why I think we should teach our children early in life to just make little notes about what God is doing in their life, things that they like and things they don't like, or whatever is going on, because they are building their history. And the truth is, all of us are building one, whether we acknowledge it or not. And here's what happens. Watch this carefully. This is a principle. When people forget their history, they repeat the same mistakes over and over and over again. And so you're building a history. It's a part of your life. It's something that you have walked through already in your life. And because David knew how God had worked before in his life, here he was as a teenager coming up against Goliath, and God gave him that victory. Can you imagine the kind of faith that's built into him? And so all of his warfare, he was victorious over and over and over again. And he built this history into his life, and now he's 600 men against all these Amalekites. And there were lots more of them. He says when they spread out around their camp at night, they just covered everything. And they were outnumbered many times to one. But God told them what to do. Sneak up on them at nighttime and just hit them from every side. And that would cause confusion and defeat them. God never leads us into a trap. Remember that. He doesn't lead us into traps. He leads us into situations and circumstances that are very dangerous, maybe, or it looks like there's no way to win. And yet, when God tells you to do something, you do it. Now you say, well, suppose I don't believe it the first time. You would ask Him again. And listen, the work of the Holy Spirit is to confirm within your heart and spirit this is of God. That's part of His work, to confirm in your heart that God has said do this. And so this is exactly what he did. He began to recall how God had worked in his life before. And if you would for just a moment, give you about 10 seconds, think about this. Think about when you have been in a tough spot, really discouraged. What could you have thought about that happened before? If you'd have thought about that, well, God got me out of that. God helped me through that. And somebody says, well, I'm not sure He's going to help me this time. Well, let me tell you, God doesn't change. Now, we sing all about it, Almighty God, and we believe that He does not change, that He's the same yesterday, today, and forever. And He loves us. His love doesn't change. And so whatever situation we're in, He is going to be there to give us direction and guidance and encourage our hearts. And when I look at how God worked in David's life, he said he encouraged himself. How did he encourage himself? Same way you and I are to. We're to pause when something happens. Don't make a fast decision. We're to ask for God's guidance. We're to get in His Word. We're to recall what He's done for us in the past. God, you brought me through that. You'll bring me through this. You took me through this situation. You'll take me through this. You were faithful then. You'll be faithful today. I'm going to trust you. Then, of course, we are to obey Him. He said, here's what I want you to do. Pursue them. Suppose He'd have said, well, I don't know how many there are. And we're only 600. I don't know where. In other words, when He said pursue, that's exactly what He meant. Now watch this. If I'm going to encourage myself, I've got to be willing to do what He says, even though I may be fearful at the very thought of it. So what encouraged David in an impossible situation? Lost all his family. They couldn't grieve anymore. Getting ready to get stoned to death, and all of a sudden God says, challenge your men to follow you, and I will show you what to do. And that is exactly what He did. Now it's interesting what He did in this situation, because even after they decided, for example, all right, we're going to follow Him. And where are we going? Look So they head out in a direction not knowing where to go, and they found this one Egyptian soldier that the Amalekites had cast him aside because he got sick and he couldn't fight in battle, so they just told him to get out there and die, and had no water or food 3 days. So when David found him, looked like one of the enemy. He asked him where he went, what happened, so he told him that the commander had said, you can't fight, so you just stay here and die. Then David said to him, will you bring me down to this man? He said, you swear to me by God and that you'll not kill me, and I'll tell you. So he did. And as a result, what happened? His 600 men, they head in that direction. But watch this. God wants to be in control and get all the glory. When they got to a certain river, 200 of them said, I'm too tired, I can't go on. So that's 1/3 of his army is checked out. We just can't fight it all. They were dead tired and worn out and morally destroyed because of their families and so forth. And so they said, we can't go anymore. So what did David do? Watch this. Listen carefully. Because God said, pursue him. He believed exactly what God said. Know that God knew that 200, 1/3 of his army won't even be able to fight. The Amalekites were doing hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. In fact, the scripture says when they found them, they were scattered out everywhere, camping. There were so many of them. They were just everywhere. He only has 400 men. So what happens? They attack and kill them. Got all their wives back, all their children back, because they didn't kill anybody. They just took them. Got their wives back, got their children back, and got all of their loot back, all their belongings. They got everything back. Look how God operated. David got quiet. He listened to God. He did exactly what God told him to do. And if you notice, from that point on, he was encouraged about everything. Because he listened.
Who just opened the door?
And you see, his one Egyptian out there in the desert dying. But God had him out there to give David exactly where he needed to go.
I ain't brushing nobody's teeth, so I'm gonna stand over here. So
they killed the whole crowd.
I think that might be the best way. I didn't want to do that because my alimony's finna cut off. So I don't know if I would be able to afford to stay here. And it's expensive. On the other side of things, I got a federal case going on with a bank. And the people that move up in this house, they ain't right. Any house, for that matter. And I done been paying attention to certain things when I said somebody going in my room, when I said different things going on, different conversations, receipts being around this house, stuff that's being done, actually being done to harm me. I done wrote it down, and I done built quite a case. And I feel like that's a failure of protecting me. That's why I be really adamant about the camera. It's not so much that I feel some kind of way. It's the point that when people move in here, you don't know if those are real tenants or not. You don't know that. You don't know if that is a real person that's really doing what they say. They just move in and pay, but you don't really know why they're here. They could be here to bother me. And so I done noticed that when I'm not at a certain place, then all of a sudden this person now moves. Just like the girl on Justin. All of a sudden when I leave, a few minutes after, a little bit after that, she gone. Or if I'm over here on Dunlap and I'm over there just cleaning, then same thing. The same thing ain't gonna happen at each place if them people don't know each other. So if it's a pattern, when I leave, my camera goes off. I record my phone. My camera goes off. So that means, why does your camera go off only when you leave? I don't have no pets. I I don't have nobody in my room. I don't get no medicine. I don't get none of that. None of this kind of stuff should be coming to me if somebody's not doing it from inside of this house. Point blank, period. Ain't no other way you could justify it. Ain't nobody shouldn't be hooked to my TV. My Bluetooth shouldn't be coming on. My Wi-Fi shouldn't be changing. Somebody is actually accessing your Wi-Fi network every single time I come home and changing my location and my phone number and that, and it is somebody in this house doing it. And when I make the report, I made an FBI report last week because I told my sister, I said I woke up and I didn't feel like myself. I don't know what happened. My camera was off, but nobody in the house, and it was some kind of gas. And I don't know what happened. I woke up and I just felt disoriented. I don't know what the world was going on. I woke up and couldn't see what the hell was in the front of me. And it was some kind of smell, and I've been writing it all down. And it only happened when certain people moved in this house. And when I go to the other houses to clean, like I did the other day, you wasn't here, or I don't know where you was. You didn't know the complaint I filed. When I get down to the other house, it's bullets all in the room. It's the car in the driveway shot up. I don't sell drugs, okay? When I go and clean out these rooms, to me, they look decorated. Like, so I fell back. It's making me paranoid to the fact that I don't know if I need to. When I left from cleaning that room and came back here, I didn't feel good. It was bullets on the floor. It was some type of powder all around the baseboard. When I had to go around there to paint and get the stuff off, when I came back here, I was like, it had to be that what was on the baseboard. Because that was strange. So when I went over there to do it, I came back here and I wasn't feeling good at all. I wrote it down. Took pictures of the bullets on the floor. Same thing over there at Woodlake. If these people don't know each other and ain't working together on some type of corrupt level, then the houses wouldn't cross-examine themselves. And they are. I can connect Judson to Dunlap to here to Woodlake to Flint River. And they shouldn't connect if the people in there are really tenants. Whether the bank sent them, whether the Fed sent them, whether whoever sent them, the people that live here ain't who they say they are. For whatever motive they came here. So the motive that they came here on is wrong. And it's harming me. It to the point that I don't have nowhere else to go. I can let you see they won't let me move nowhere else. So it's apparent that they want me to live with you. So to live here, why? Because it's another person or more that you're connected to here. I know who they are. I know who's doing this to me. The receipts tell on themselves. So when I see the same thing happening, it's not going to happen at all of your houses if this is not intentional. When I came here, I didn't have no issues, wasn't nothing hurting on me, wasn't no problems with me. I didn't have nothing going on my body. I had been in there red. Other than healing from that, I was cool. That ain't the same now. You know what I'm saying? Them people be threatening me. I take a picture every day. You got Martin handicap bus pulling up out here like it's somebody live here that's handicapped. That they actually playing into their role with and using my information and my name living under your house. That's causing a major problem because I feel like this a lawsuit with you. And I'm really not trying to go there. But at the same time, I'm telling you that you got people living on these properties that ain't who they say they are. And they came there to bother me. And they setting up on my phone. You can't deny. Joe, my phone rings to a white man. I record my screen every day. I'm recording my screen right now. It rings to a whole nother person, and they connected in this house. And they set me up, bottom line, period. Period. That's the period behind it. And they hurting me. When I go to sleep, I be in fear for my life. When I wake up, I ain't the same. They putting gas under the door. They shutting off the cameras. So you have that camera there all day long. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter that it's on. When I'm going to sleep, it doesn't matter. You can't make somebody. You can't go in a camera and take out data. I mean, you can't go in a camera and you can't make the camera footage appear because that's just an app. So the same way that my camera footage is edited all the time, yours is too. And I know it is because mine is. I record myself having to wake up and turn on my motion and my sensors every single day. And I've been creating that log so when I came to you and if it sounded crazy, it's okay. Because I got it on my screen. You can watch the video of me every day. Only when you go to sleep and when you wake up, you having to turn. Then who's moving that don't want to be seen in your room or near your room that don't want to be seen? That's weird. When I changed the lock, this was loose, just hanging here. Everything on it was scraped up. So they just been coming in here. It wasn't even securely on. They was just coming in here just with the little thing.
I ain't never seen nobody come in.
You're not gonna see it. You ain't gonna see it. Just like I don't see what's going on. That's the whole purpose of understanding who's in here, what capability they have, and who they connected to. Will we know that? Obviously, evidently not. But what I'm trying to tell you is I done linked either every place together. So when I came to you, I wouldn't sound crazy. Because that's the first thing somebody gonna say, oh, you paranoid, ain't nobody really bothering you. Nah, then justify my cameras that I have to turn them on every day. I don't have no pets here. I don't do drugs here. I took a picture. My bags, I have to sleep with that bag right there. When I woke up, all the pens in my bag was took apart with the ink out. That's somebody that put in my bag and was off, and I slept too long. And nobody else was here in this house to the appearance when I got up. That's somebody doing something to me. I got up and went directly to the police department and told them exactly what I'm telling you. Somebody is in their house that's from this Fed case that ain't supposed to be there. And they are doing this to me. They are threatening to kill me. And they are gassing the fuck out of me when I go to sleep. Point blank, period. And I'm living in bondage and paying rent to live like this. So I said, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and try to do some work on the side. I gotta see, and at the same time I'm investigating. I gotta see who connected to this. So when I bring the case to him and let him know, I can have it. I can tell him where they at in each house. Each house, I know where they at and who they are. I know who is doing it to me here. I know who's doing it to me at Woodlake. I know who's doing it to me at Dunlap. I know who they doing it to me at Flint River and on Dunlap. On Judson. How do I know that? Because their information shouldn't come to my phone.
You say information? What you mean?
Their name, where they work, the stuff that they say they be doing, that's in my phone. People, they be connecting their profiles throughout the houses.
I'm a little, what you mean? I'm kind of confused when you say it comes to your phone.
For example, let's say you had somebody here. The house not empty, so I'm not gonna drop no names. Let's say if Eric was one. Eric's not information with his social security number, but stuff that he did would be connected to my phone. His car, his whatever his job was, his phone. Yeah, all of that dialogue is getting in my phone and it'll be around here as if that dude is here and he's not. And then they're all connected to different states. And so I done took too much time to do it. I was doing it because I can't afford it. And I was also doing it to see. So that when I brought this to you in black and white and let you see, I filed this complaint years ago with the feds. So what was going on in that complaint ain't got no business being nothing that I'm accusing this house of. It shouldn't be there because I filed that complaint in California. So to get down here to California and say, I wrote this complaint 3 years ago on the feds in California, and I get down here to Joe's house, and that same name at Joe's house, the profile that I filed on in the federal complaint is on Judson. You can't deny it because it was written before I got here.
You say his name.
The name was written before I got here, not him. Using that example, it's a female's name. Was on in California in a federal complaint with Wells Fargo Bank. Why is that profile on Judson Avenue? Can't explain it. That means that person on Judson Avenue is from the feds, either from the bank center or somebody sent that person in the house, but they shouldn't be in the house next to me. So when I went to the police department, she said, federal agents ain't gonna disclose if they ain't gonna be in here. They gonna send somebody. If the bank sent them, the bank gonna send them. But the point of the matter is the feds know that I know what the motion is, and they know that I'm gonna tell. So if the feds don't walk up in here, absolutely not. But when a bank sends somebody up in here, yeah, they on the hook for $136 million for something they did that I found out. So to come in here and be seeing them drop these receipts on their counter like that, to like show me that we in here with you and we doing this, that means you doing everything else that I said. So when I wake up and I got pokes on my arm, I done been taking pictures of bruises, everything. When I go to bed, I got something on my leg, woke up, my legs hurting. They keep putting all these witchcraft people around me. They got black cats. They got doing all this stuff. They're gassing the hell out of me. I woke up with a headache. I woke up with my back hurting. I woke up with this. I got a whole freaking mark on my back and can't tell where the fuck it came from. And every time my camera is off and I woke up late, that's gas, bruh. I've been complaining about that before I ever met you. So ain't no way that what I'm saying is happening in this house, and it got worse when certain people moved in and when China and Rod moved out. And Rod said on the camera, if you go back and play it, I'm the motherfucking police. Because how would he know that what I write in my notebook, his tag number is a card that I reported to the FBI. They play games.
You say his tag number.
The last four of his tag number on that burgundy truck that was out there was the 71 was the last number to a card that I reported to the FBI. They was setting me up by having people with cards live around me. And be doing everything just like me, but be setting me up with a bank and a card to set me up for money laundering and drugs. So the people would stay around me with the bank cards, and the feds was giving them the cards to use as me, and they would be buying food like me, cooking like me, paying rent like me, doing everything just like me, but that's not me. And when I come here, your phone hooks to them. My phone right now ain't hooked to me. So when I went to the police department, I called my phone. My phone rang to somebody else. She said, that ain't your phone? Nah.
You said ring to somebody else.
White man that's their name, James.
So you saying somebody calling your phone right now, somebody else will pick up?
Maybe not. Depends on how many people watching, if the camera's on. It depends. But no, I went and actually got proof, recorded myself. Going up there last week to Metro, had to get a SIM card. My phone was on an eSIM. That's automatically let you know what time it is. Your eSIM, that's an electronic system. Anybody can have it. They put that eSIM on a different device on a different network. And that person come and live in this house and hook up to your Wi-Fi with me through this TV. Happens every day. When I go to Lyft and come back, my whole phone changed. Wi-Fi network and everything changed. The Wi-Fi hooks up. I'm connected to that person as soon as I get on the house. As soon as I get in the house. China was one of them. Rod was one of them. And you still got a couple more in this house, and they everywhere. And everywhere I go, they be there. And that's not right because I done took pictures of it. And when I went down there to Dunlap the other day, I didn't go back because they had bullets on the floor. And I took pictures of it. The poison that was on the baseboard made me sick. The people that be in the rooms be playing pedophiles. That was a retaliation charge that they came with. Since you told and this, that, and the other, they threaten to kill me every single day. So your house technically ain't even safe for me. I don't feel right living here. I shouldn't have to live under this type of surveillance, and I'm paying rent to somebody. I'm paying rent to be aggravated. I'm paying rent to be tortured. I'm only paying rent to hurry up and set myself up, basically, because they here every day. It's something. Ain't nobody gonna be doing the same thing in that federal complaint. The federal complaint was established before I came here. I met you in 2021. That complaint was already established with the Fed. It had already been made in October of 2020. Already documented, certified, mailing receipt. When I met you in 21, I left because I was like, oh, hell no, this is some bullshit right here. This the same shit I made in the complaint. Let me get the hell up out of here. Because I woke up then and Brian was back there in the room. And I was like, no, I keep my notebooks. The feds know I write. She write down everything. I got a storage that they know she write and keep SD cards. I record everything because they setting me up. So I record everything. I record myself 24 hours a day. You ain't gonna never not see me with nothing recorded because of what they doing to me. So to be here in this house and feel like I can relax, I can chill, nah, I can't. Because I'm under this type of infliction, and what all have they done to my health? Because they so bold, they tell me what they doing. So I'm looking for it in your houses, in your people. So I'm like, okay, so I need to try to fall back and save me some money. I'm gonna go clean this room. I'm gonna go do this. Every time I go clean them rooms, they be decorated. The person be in there that left the same stuff that linked to this other person. And if we was really private, I would just go ahead and tell you because I feel like you have a right to know because this is your house. This is all of these are your properties. But the people that live in here are harming me physically and mentally. And I don't want that dialogue with you, but I don't have no other choice. I need a place to live, and I got money, and I need to feel safe, and I don't feel that at all. And I can let you see they won't let me live nowhere else. So for that matter alone, let me know.
Why they won't let you live nowhere else?
Because the person that set me up live with you. So it's like you're going to stay in this trap. You ain't going nowhere else because we got it all set up. And it's not fair to me to live like this. I'm paying you $1,000 a month. And it be making me not really want to shell out no money to you because I feel like you got to know what they doing to me. How can you not? When everybody is in all of your houses that's doing this to me. You got 1 at Judson, 2 at Dunlap, more at Dunlap. Here, they not going to do the same thing in every house. And it's not going to back up that complaint if it's not true. The complaint was established before I ever met you in 2021. So to come back years later and need a place to stay in 2023, this same traffic moving around, it ain't right. It's not. How can that be logical? I can't be paranoid if every time I go to sleep, you recording that you get up, turn the screen recorder on, we go in the Roku app, and what? Your camera and your motion sensor is off. When I leave the house, it's off. It's a motion when it ain't. The law put that they put gas in here. They put that on the app, carbon monoxide. They letting me know they gassing the fuck out of you in the house. So they know that somebody in here doing this to me. And when I tell you this, I have to worry about now what that person gonna do because they know that I know who they are. Why do you really honestly think I stay in this room? I don't be making no conversations unnecessarily. Because if you come out and talk, they're going to start all them doggone track statements. Acting like you doing, if they be making sly comments. Oh, you in there stacking up your drugs? Oh, you in there doing this? Like they really, like I'm really in here moving weight in and out your house like that. Like I'm really in here stealing identities and stuff like that. I ain't got time for that, and I'm paying for that, and I recorded that. And ever since I've been here, from the time that I came to the time that it is now, it ain't right. It ain't right that I'm having to increase my recording to back up Roku. That I'm on all these different live platforms every night in your house. The feds done watched the video over 1,500 times that I recorded in your house of me sleeping. So for 2 hours and 40 minutes. So something went down seriously because they watched over 1,500 times. So it's on, and it's on live, and they see it. So if they know that somebody doing this to me, like I said, it's a lot of people involved in that complaint. If they're coming from the bank, if they're coming from the store, that ain't got nothing to do with me. All I know is it's the same thing. It's the same names. The names should not, that I reported to the feds, should not be the names that's on tenants that live in your house. And I went and I told the police that I'm in fear of my life, and I told them every threat that they have made. From burning me up in this house, to blowing my head off, to kidnapping me, to gassing me, to killing me and saying that I was on drugs, to burying me in the backyard, to taking me to Alabama, to doing all of every time they threaten me, I write it down. And these threats are coming on YouTube, on the TV, on my phone, in person, in the house, from the people that live here, with bullets, with gas, with clothing, with guns, they're doing it to me. Every time I go and write it down, because that's the only thing that I got in a court of law that will stand consistently. That at every house, there, it shouldn't be there. The bullet shouldn't be at Woodlake if the dude at Dunlap just said this, then the dude at Woodlake shouldn't have said something that he said in the conversation. Why do these people want to talk to you and nobody else? Or why, on the other hand, why are these people really there? And they all got, I can tell you what jobs they got. When they move in, I can tell you exactly, you ain't even got to tell me who the person is. I can tell you what kind of job they got. Because I know what they came here to do. So you shouldn't have these different people with these different jobs and these different addresses with the same banks that's in that federal complaint. Your house go to a house in Alabama. I ain't never been to Alabama in my life. And the dude that I'm being set up for in Alabama sell drugs and rob banks. So when you have the same profile move up in here and say, yeah, man, I used to hit the bank and do this, that, and other. Why you talking to me, bro? Let's cut the conversation. You finna go in my notebook. Because this address, 1517 Bethesda Road, is 1517 Bethesda Road in Alabama. So when the person move in, talking, making tracks for Alabama, stop talking to me, bro. Because I already know I link it fast. Because the dude was already from Alabama that I met before, just at the store, in talking. Then they get to telling you what they said background is. I don't care. They ain't got nothing to do with me. So when you come in here running your mouth talking, ain't nobody that done really been up in the feds like that or really have no conversation like that if they ain't trying to do something. So when I listen and you just coming in here volunteering federal information, stop talking to me. Because that's weird. And you don't know who I am. And I will tell on you because I think you ain't here to do something for me. So then the feds need to know what you got going on. But I need you to stop talking to me. Because I know what I got going on. And I'm trying to get my money from a bank. All point blank period. That's all I want is my money that bank owe me. So when it comes down to what they doing in retaliation, that they got trained on all the way to the FCIC, the FDIC, the federal and the FCC, that complaint is there in headquarters. So I should not have the financial traffic. I should not have me and residents here shouldn't be riding the same Uber in the same day. They shouldn't be coming in here bringing their receipts that go to cards that have been reported stolen to the feds. Somebody in here with that card and had the nerve to put the receipt on the counter. What the hell am I supposed to say about that? That's letting me clearly know that I don't give a fuck that you know I'm in this house. I will gas the fuck out of you. And that's when I noticed, ever since that person been in this house, ever since this done happened, this done happened, this done happened, this done happened. All right, I take every single thing I got with me to the shower. Do you think I'm living here comfortably? I take everything I got with me to the shower. And I still find stuff in my room. They coming in my room, bruh. They gassing me. I wouldn't lie to you. I'm not retarded. I could go take I make all A's in school. Ain't nothing wrong with my mind. I could go take you, if you took me by yourself, I could take you to every house and tell you who it is, what card they got, what bank they using, what they did to me, and how I'm being set up by them, and what they threatening to do to me. I live in fear of my life. I only put my trust in God. And that's not fair that I cry every day in this room and I'm paying you rent. I pay you rent. And them people, no, I don't feel like I should be just shelling that truck out every Tuesday. I'm trying to find out what you know.
If you feel that way, I feel like you should find you something.
What else am I gonna do? Live on the curb? I just did that. If I'm at the curb, I'm more vulnerable than I am in your house. Do I really care about that? No, because I did it before, and that's probably the best way.
But I'm just, this is my thing. Like you saying, if all this stuff coming towards the places that I have, I don't really know. I don't see wherever you're coming from. You saying all this stuff connecting the dots, because I just deal with people in general. Where I post my ads through word of mouth and on social media. That's how I meet a lot of tenants that I have. You see what I'm saying? So I can't say that. Who knows you? You feel what I'm saying? Stay here, people who saying this and that. Remember, people call me every day. You understand what I'm saying? So if somebody run call me looking for a room, I supposed to know this, I supposed to know that. I'm just trying to run a business. You understand what I'm saying? That's all I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to run a business, make money to take care of my family. That's it. So I never had, I've been doing this for over 12, 13 years. This has been my business. We got established in 2000 and what? 13, 14. And I've been doing this 2000. Yeah, 13. So I've been doing it for over 10, 12 years. Right there, business I was doing. And I promote the business the way I do. I never had, no one never say nothing like this to me before. About cars, rent, people, they come, they leave, they come, they leave. It's just like Motel 6. That's how I try to design it. People to get, leave, go, come in, leave, go. That's it. You can stay as long as you want, as less you want. That's all I do. But as far as you saying people connecting from this place, from that place, from this place, from that place. That girl moved in that room. She brought that bowl there. That's why I told him they had to go, because he was over there trying to sell drugs and shit out my house. He was a young dude just on some wild shit. That's why I say, bro, I ain't got time for it. All that stuff there, you gotta take it somewhere else. So they probably left shit in there. I don't know, but they had to go because the simple fact I didn't like how they was trying to do business and turn my place to a fucking drug house. Like, fuck no, you ain't finna do that. You trying to meet people right down the street where all these folks see everything right in the fucking apartment next door. Where all these folks see everything. You think you finna make my house out, get my shit busted for some petty shit that you doing? Go get your own place and find you someone else to do that. You can't do that here. I don't know the way I can try to provide for people. Hey, I got a nice place for you to stay till you get on your feet so you can keep moving. That's the whole point of the whole business. for people to grind, get on their feet so they can keep moving and keep going on up. This ain't no life science stage temporary for people to get on their feet and keep going. That's it. That's how they design the business. It worked for some people. Other people, they called me like, hey, I appreciate it. I got on my feet. They called me. Just let you know. So it's just, I don't know. You feel what I'm saying? But I don't design my business. It's just for one reason only, for people to get on their feet and keep moving. That's it.
He's a God of wisdom.
So I really don't know. I don't know what the, you know what I mean, to respond to
and to bring about decisions.
however, because the way you feel, you got a right to feel the way you feel. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I know the cameras work, like you said, they don't work. I put them up everything. I ain't never seen nobody going in there.
You ain't gonna say it. Just like I don't see it. You ain't gonna say it.
That's the crazy part. Like, and that's the part I don't understand. Like, if I seen
that camera is connected. When you go and look at that camera, it is an app. You are not connecting to a federal system or a system. You're connecting to an app that anybody can log in and press delete on an event. That's all they're doing. Or running.
It's private. You gotta have an access code to get into it. It's like
and you're thinking.
No, I'm saying federal. That's a whole other ball game.
That's a whole other ball game.
You understand what I'm saying? I ain't did. I'm not doing it illegal.
So if the person is living in your house, and they are, then they have access to your Wi-Fi network, and they have access to your camera because they're accessing me. So in order to divert all of my internet traffic, they have to have access to your Wi-Fi to know how to manipulate it. And that is being done. So if that is being done on your Wi-Fi network by somebody that's living in this house, then what they're doing is when I leave, this gets cut off, this gets rediverted. Just because you see that, it's just like on TV when you see them robbing a bank and they make that tape just play over and over again. That's what you're seeing. But you're not, that is out that they came in here. Just like it's off on mine. If not, there would be no reason that it only goes off at those two times, when I leave and when I am asleep. That is not, that's weird. Very weird. And it is consistent every single time. This Roku off while I'm asleep, and it's off when I'm not home. So, wow, that's the main time that I need it. So, in response, I don't know how I'm going to handle this yet. If ain't nothing wrong with my health, I'm good. If something is wrong and I go to the doctor and they say got anything, I don't know. Because I get threatened to get AIDS. I get threatened that they're gonna stick me with all kinds of diseases and make me in a handicap. When I leave here, Marta follows me in a handicap bus everywhere I go. And I take a picture of them. If I go to Walmart right now, Marta is gonna be there in a handicap bus. If I go to Walmart at 9 o'clock at night, Marta is going to be there in a handicap bus. I take their picture every day. Why? Because I got hit on a Marta bus. And I'm suing them, and I connected them to one of the properties. So that is why I get them kind of threats and complaints like that. So when I go outside of the house, I got a problem. When I'm inside of the house, I got a problem. Where am I going to go? I got money. I got my rent. Where you going, though? Because they're not going to let me find nowhere else to go. Because the person that they want me staying with live in your house. So they don't want me to go nowhere else. They want me to stay right here. So they will not. I can let you see it. Every time I look for somewhere else, that junk get flagged like I don't know what. If I message somebody, it'd be them. All my traffic is redirected. I can let you hear when I call my husband, it don't ring to him either. When I call my sister, it don't ring to her either. All my traffic is redirected. And it's somebody in this house that I'm connected to their phone. It happens every day. This is not like something I ain't got no documentation of. When I wake up, I shouldn't have unexplainable bruises on me that wasn't there before.
Now think about this.
Mark somebody like I done got stuck with something. I done got that. They done told me themselves. My food be poisoned. Why do you think I'm putting no food in the refrigerator? because somebody putting poison in my food. I leave anything in that refrigerator, don't eat it. Come back the next day, damn it, what's that aftertaste, tangy taste to it? Then I'm laying in the bed, got a headache, stomach hurting. Ate that. So I don't buy grocery here. I put a soda in there every now and again. And if I do put anything in the ice cream, I leave this door open the whole time and sit here and watch. Ain't nobody supposed to be having to live like that.
I don't want nobody to do that.
I live like that. If you want to run your camera back and look at me the last time I went to the shower and look how much stuff I took to the bathroom. That's ridiculous. When I wake up and this wasn't like this in my wallet or this, and then I look, the camera off, and you slept too long. You done been asleep for 13 hours straight? And then you wake up feeling some kind of way? You got all this white residue. It be so dusty up in this room. Why is there only dust in this room and nowhere else in the house? Nowhere else in the house. This room dusty as fuck. They broke my whole darn humidifier that I bought to keep the gas down. They tore it up. It don't even work no more. This cost me $50. When I took the film out of this, man, this junk looked like I had been with Harriet Tubman underground. All the gas that it caught on that lint trap. I can't even use it no more. That cost me $50. And they broke it. Coming in my room. They used to come in my room and turn it off. So something, the gas, is programmed some kind of way that this cleaning the air interferes with it. Why was they doing the gas? Because it affects your memory and your mind over time. And they want me to look like I'm retarded. So that when we do get to a federal court, I can't remember the dates and times that they did this to me. But it doesn't matter. The complaint has been established. And the complaint is established about that. That is what they're doing to me. And I'm being honest with you. That's exactly what I told the police. They put me in the house and they gassing the fuck out of me over there. There's somebody in that house. I know who it is. They not who they say they are. And they not who they say they are with. And they're doing this to me in this house when I go to sleep and when I'm not home. And it's harming me. I didn't have no issues with my body before I moved in this house. I have blood coming out my stool every now and again now. That's too much information, but it's a part of the complaint. It's what I told the feds. It's what I told the police. And it happened when I got here. When this is happening, more of back pain, more witchcraft stuff. Ain't no witch got no business being in every house. They're in every house. Why? Why? That's just weird. You got a witch in every house that's openly doing witchcraft and making it known. Why? Because that's what they say I do. That was the setup plot. So, like I said, me tracing your places to live should not connect to that federal complaint. And if you needed a copy so you can read it, I can provide that so that you can see for yourself everything that I said they did to me before I met you. She right. It shouldn't be happening in my house unless that person is what she said. So I get concerned when I say, okay, don't take the camera down because that you can't do that. And I can't tell you how to do that. But if the camera is down, oh my God, that means that on this day, I ain't gonna go to bed. I'm gonna stay up all night because he took the camera down to go charge, and that camera ain't here. Don't go to sleep. I'm living like that every day. I'm living like that every day. Last night I had a headache thinking, where you gonna live? Because if you tell Joe what you gonna do, if you say you can't go clean the house no more, you don't get the rental concession, but you don't want to go clean them anyway. I don't want to go clean them anyway because they're set up places. I don't want to go anyway. I don't want to go. I pray when you say, I need you to go over here to done right. Oh, God, Jesus, please. I don't want to go. I want to do the job. I like it if it's just going in there doing the job. You would never have to say nothing to me. But you do when I go over there and it's a bullet, and it's poison on the baseboards, and it's pedophile paperwork, and a probation officer done been there. Them people straight set me up in live color with fake people coming up in there. That girl and that boy having a whole conversation like they on probation only while I'm there, and they got the door open. Yes, and reading. My kids are in defects, and I am on drugs and cannot get over my. Come on.
When that happened?
When I went down to put that bed up.
Oh, yeah, with the girl.
First of all, if you got them kind of probation stuff, no, first of all, they protect it under HIPAA. You ain't even supposed to be coming here divulging all that information like that out loud. But they do it because they know you got a camera right there. They do it because I'm there. Why else are y'all just conveniently everybody that's with you on probation come when I'm there and have the conversation with me? That's not going to happen to everybody. And it is, such and such told me they went probation today. Why the hell are you texting me telling me? I don't care. I'm not on probation. Oh, probation coming at Monday at 9. And then I'm just having to go over to Dunlap. Just giving an example. That's the day you going over there and probation roll up. I'm not on probation. I'm not on federal probation. The dude that lived in your house on Flint River, I could say something about that. That dude that was not a regular dude. That dude was poisoning my water.
What dude? The one with the frozen?
Yeah. If I was to let you see my prison photo from 2006, when I was in Georgia prison, you'll be like, they made his hair look just like that. Yeah, because he was pretending to be me. The vehicle that they was driving has already been reported to the feds. So they put these people around me with these cars and these vehicles that have already been driven places with certain tags on them. Alabama, Florida. I can tell you everybody, ain't nobody in your house is too funny gonna be from straight Georgia. They all gonna be from one of those select states, Georgia, Alabama, Florida, whatever. And then they come in with them phone numbers and hook up to my phone. And play on my phone and play on my emails all night. I'm living in hell, so to speak. And I'm paying rent, and I don't get no peace whatsoever. I keep this gospel playing. That's my only ticket to my sanity. And I believe in the power of God and the blood of Jesus. That's over every evil that could be around me. And this house evil as hell. And I hate to say that because I want to like you. But I honestly feel like if I was just keeping it all the way 100, how can that man not know that these many people is set up like this in his houses to do all for this girl? And if this was something small, I could be like, you just got an over-exaggerated sense of importance. This is all the way federal. Headquarters federal, 950 Pennsylvania Avenue. I know the address federal. So I'm there to the director on what this bank did to me. And this bank is in Atlanta. I used to have a life, not like you, not with your money, but I used to have a decent life. Why do you really think I'm in a room for rent and living here? No, with people that I would never talk to. I had a nice house. All my neighbors was white. I had 4 brand new cars, a husband, and my little poodle. I made that federal complaint. They knocked my ass all the way down. Took my business. Took it. Wouldn't let me stay on my furniture no more. Wouldn't let me do that. Caused discord in my marriage. Me and my husband not together. I had a good life, 4.0 GPA. I was going to school to be a doctor, a psychologist. I got plenty of sense. I had a 4.0 GPA with presidential accolades. And I made that federal complaint because I noticed with my business, something wasn't going right. Something wasn't going right with the bank. I just seen that number somewhere. I got a photographic memory. I just seen that number somewhere. Wait, that number go with this. And it led to a whole bigger thing. My husband's brother was a Fed and didn't tell me. So he was taking my business and running it in other states because it was a good idea. And they was making major bread from it and not telling me a thing. And I found out. So that made the feds have a problem and that made the banks have a problem. So when I reported the complaint, this man should have never been in my life with that federal capacity and didn't divulge who he was and was coming around me like that, getting all of my business ideas and taking them and running with them. And I reported his ass. He was setting me up. They was going to say I was old, I forgot, and all the business ideas. We recording you saying the idea. You put the business in motion. Yeah, but I ain't put it in motion in Florida. I didn't put it in motion in Douglasville. I didn't put it in motion. Nah, I didn't do that. But we had the same furniture. That's how they was getting me. And I told on their ass. My husband too. I'm telling on you. Because they ain't finna, I document every dime I make. Even with you. Any concession, I document the hell out of it. And record it and take pictures. IRS ain't finna roll up here and say nothing. I got day books on my books. I got day stamps. So they ain't gonna roll up and say, oh, you owe nothing. Honey, I documented every time, and every time I sold my stuff, I took a picture with a receipt and the tag number and the location of where I put it at. Because they was taking my furniture, selling it for more. That's what gave rise to the federal complaint. So then when I come back to Georgia, them same federal agents that he run with, you got a problem. So I can't get no job. I can't get no job. I cannot get a place to stay. I got almost a 700 credit score and can't get a used piece of gum. I can let you see my credit report. Almost a 700. I should not be living here. She's smart. She got a good credit score. What the hell is really going on with that girl? She ain't probably like the other renters, not to put them down, but that ain't really her story. She got all these other good things going on in her life, and she kind of smart. Why she in this situation? Because the feds put me here to set me up. And they just taking their time. They ain't even in a rush. So I'm just, you being tortured on the way to going to prison for the rest of your life. We just gonna have fun with you. Because of that complaint that you went and wrote, when really that man shouldn't have been in my life. I had a right to complain that I found that out. That he was doing this to me. They was going to run off. And I found out. And linked him to my bank. And I went directly to my bank and said, a federal agent been working here. This the phone number he got. His phone number should not be my debit card. And is that because that way you could go pay with your phone in the store. And every time he paid with his phone, you pay him with my debit card. And that's why they put me on an eSIM. So everywhere he go, boo-boo, that's you. And I'm brilliant to be able to connect that and put that together and then link that around me. Because I know what I'm doing and what I'm not doing. So to get this, to be at this level like this, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's not right. All of this is documented. I got a storage unit that I pay every month to keep my stuff documented, backed up, and saved. Because I plan to fight. One day, unless the feds come with me a hefty check. And every day they tell me to shut up or die. I'm telling you, no. Every day that is in my notebook at the top, they told me to shut up or die today, and they said this was the threat that I got. When I left the house today, this is what they did. When I left the house walking the last time, I ain't walked no more. They threw something out the car on me. I don't know what that junk was. I ain't walked no more. I ain't walked no more. And I reported it. So I don't walk. You walk, they threat. Actually, I walked yesterday. But that was the first time since that time. I haven't walked anymore. So I don't walk. When I catch rides, the rides is them. Coming picking me up with Florida tags that go with the Florida number that live in your house. Or come pick me up with an Alabama tag that is the same Alabama tag that's over there at Dunlap. The Alabama tag at Dunlap should not be the same series of your lift. If it's 12182, it shouldn't be 12183 on the lift. That means they're connected. Prime example, weird behaviors. But I'm just giving an example. But same thing, and that's even more why I'm saying weird behaviors. Weird behaviors on why you really, if you just look at the person do move weird. She right with what she's saying. She got an issue. But if I really go look at my tenants and when she comes, see, you got to pay attention to that. When this girl come around, who moves with her? That's what you looking at. Who moved with this girl? When I come home, who coming with me? Yes, somebody. Every time. Every time. Because I write it down. Every time. Me and a certain person. Every time I come in this door, me and a certain person. He gonna come 5 or 10 minutes after me, or 5 or 10 minutes before me, or he will sit outside and wait on me to walk in this house so he can walk in this house with me. Every time. Because I write it down. And I record it. Because I record myself every time I come back in your house that I don't live that way, that I live this way. So I record myself every time I'm coming in the house. I'm going to the right and to the right. I do not live to the left. I'm not China. I'm not Rod. I live this way. So I come in here, record myself, whatever, Wi-Fi immediately switched over. I can let you see how my TV come on and come on. That ain't even normal. My TV go to 3 different systems before it come on under your Wi-Fi network. If that ain't a setup, I don't know what is. Your TV going there, I press the remote, it's just gonna come on. It's gonna show the brand, and you're gonna get a YouTube screen or whatever. Not mine. It goes to TCL, it go to Android, it go to another system, and then it go blank, and then you just get a screen, and it's connected to a whole nother state with their phone. That's why it said connected to B shit. Because that's who connected. One of the people that's connected. That's why it says that. So when you go in and say, that wasn't my phone number and that wasn't this, you a liar, ma'am. It was connected to that. Because that's the network that you were on. And that is how it's working. Every address that you have should not have a duplicate in the states that I reported to the feds in 2020. Judson is in Texas or Alabama. So is this one. One is connected to Florida. One is connected in New York. All of these are the states that I've never been to that this guy was setting me up in. New York, Alabama, Tennessee, Kentucky, North Carolina. So these tags should not be at your house with these phone numbers and these cards that have already been reported to the feds. So it was easy to link the setup. So yeah, I want to go clean I don't want to clean at all, but I want to go see if I was right. So when I go in there and clean, yep, they had this, they left this jacket, they go to this. See, you wouldn't have that information, but I would. So I know if I reported to the feds that this person did this and he had this on and he had on these shoes, them shoes ain't got no business being on Judson with the same outfit, and then you the one picking it up to go put it in the trash. It looked like you throwing away the evidence that you reported. That's what they're doing. So every room is not cleaned out. It's decorated. So that when you go in there and move that, you moving everything that you already reported to the feds. And they decorated it. Every room got weed residue. Every room got cigarette. Every room got little pills. Like you really in that, living that life. And it ain't going to be every room. Everybody ain't going to have something legal going on. You ain't got, so ain't no normal, sane people moving out. Everybody got a problem. Everybody got their kids in defects or something like that. Or a pedophile or something like that. Everybody. Everybody leaving drugs behind for you to clean up with outfits and shoes. Come on. That's going to be a little weird after a while. So no, I hate that I couldn't give you my best, but after I seen China Room, I don't want to do it no more. I didn't want to do anything with China Room. Because China was one of the people that was bothering me. Mm-hmm. So I didn't want to do anything. She went and they put the same, it was too much with that, but I didn't want to do anything with that at all. And I did it. And I didn't like it. And I really lost interest, and I should have just came and told you, but I needed more information. I needed more to put in my complaint. And I needed to see. And point blank period, I needed to know. And so I did. I put on my investigator hat, and I went into each one of your properties, and I looked for them, and I found them at every last one of the places that you sent me to. They there. Not one was straight. Not one. Not one. Even over there in Flint River, which is the most calmest house you got. I'm set up over there as a truck driver. If it's not true, it wouldn't have been in the federal complaint before I met you. It was already established. They set me up to be a truck driver that sell drugs all over. That's how I got there. That's where the drugs came in. You running them in 18-wheeler trucks. Going with young boys. So when I looked at her, automatically, she ain't too funny for me because she already know. I already know what you're doing. The young boy, and how big as she is, that's why I told you that joint looked the weirdest, I don't know what. But that's what they say about me, and that's her. So, I don't know where we stand. I need to move. But I don't have nowhere to go. And I got money, and I owe you rent. And the Bible says to do good, even if you was doing this to me, the Bible says do good that for people that do you wrong. I'm never not going to not pay you. Because I appreciate having the roof, even if it was a roof that I don't feel safe in. I don't feel safe here. But I owe you money. And I want God to be seen in my life, no matter what's going on around me. But I'm telling you today, woman to man, this house is not safe. That somebody in here is not supposed to be here. And they are harming me. And I'm telling you with all due respect, I don't ever want to disrespect you, Joe. Ever. But if these people make me handicapped, I'm going to sue the fuck out of you. And I don't want to be disrespectful. I'm not being disrespectful because I like you. I really like you. And I really want to be very good and cordial with you. But if these people do what they said they're going to do to me under your roof, I'm going to sue you. If anything comes up wrong with me, I am going to sue you. And I don't want that to be bad. I want that to come from a place of understanding. Because this happened under your watch, under your cameras that I'm telling you are being edited, that I'm telling you the people in here that's doing it to me.
What makes you feel?
And if you watch them and watch how they move, it's weird.
That he's everywhere.
And they only move around me, and you're not paying that attention. I am.
You study a little bit.
I am. I shouldn't come home with a man every day. I ain't got no man. I ain't with nobody, and I ain't have sex with nobody willingly in this house. Nobody.
There is a God.
Nobody. I done woke up in here with nothing on at the bottom. And knowing good and well I had on something when I went to sleep. That's happening on your property. And these people is threatening to put me in a wheelchair every day with shots that they're saying that they're giving me in your house. When I go to sleep, that you keep talking, you're going to get another shot. They're telling me that. I have a hole on my back right now, a bruise, and don't know where it came from. This close to my spine. And it happened here.
What an awesome.
I ain't been nowhere else.
And you don't want it in your life?
So I'm telling you, that's where we are with this. And I'm very uncomfortable about it. I like you as a person. But this is happening at your houses. And they are doing this to me. And I sleep. They're putting me in an abnormal state, almost trying to give me PTSD. And the devil is a lie. Because I don't know what to do. I'm confined to a room that is torture. And it's not right. I get up and they'll be to open these blinds in the middle of the night. So I thought I'm not gonna come out.
What in the sinful world do you have
to let me know that we gonna watch you through the window? That man's gate over there is open and ain't never been open before. So somebody going in that man's backyard with all those cameras, all of that, to be connected to me in this house for what?
He's there when you're at work, whether you're aware of him or not.
Because that's there. And then, like I said, my urine changed. Too much information.
And the reason his location doesn't change is
but it's white.
Locations are in his presence.
I take a picture of that.
Without a loving Father.
They're doing stuff to me. And I need to find somewhere to go. I'm going to pay you your rent until that happens.
We all know he's present.
I don't know what else to do. But that is where it is. I'm glad that we have come to a mutual understanding that that's not beneficial to me to continue cleaning out the rooms. I agree because I can't give you 100% and I don't like it. And it's harmful for me and it makes me paranoid when I go because I don't know what I'm going to walk in the rooms and find. And I went over there to Dunlap this weekend. I haven't been back. And put the bullets on the floor, I'm not going back. The poison on the baseboards, I'm not going back. I left the top up there that needs to be done. It needs to be still painted. The person that lived in that room before, that dude Mike, that was one. And that's why the pedophile paperwork was left behind on purpose. So that's the name right now in my email. It's the same name as my Uber driver. Same name in the FBI complaint. Same name that was at Amazon. Same name. Is not going to follow a pattern like that if somebody paranoid and crazy. Mike should not be everywhere. Mike on Dunlap. Mike your Uber driver. Mike is the phone number. Mike just emailed you on this. Mike ain't gonna be in all these different places doing the same thing, driving the same cars. Where else have that Cadillac been? Everywhere. That's weird. That ain't gonna keep happening. I know I ain't crazy. That's why I write it down, take pictures and document. So when I have to make my statement to you, I could tell you. And anybody, if you was to call somebody with IT experience, they'll tell you exactly what they're doing to me here. She got an eSIM. This is what they doing. That eSIM is on another phone in this house on their network. On his network. They set me up on your Wi-Fi. In a whole nother state. And these people be talking to them other states all day long in this house. Using artificial intelligence to swap with me. They make the conversation and artificial intelligence swaps it in my voice. And to be able to see that and know that, and that's moving that close around me, I don't know. So, I'm not going to run your head in because this is passionate for me and I can talk about it all day and tell you different stuff. They done did to me all day here. But you got the blunt of it. I don't want to have no problem with you. But I had to tell you what was going on when I found the receipt. And I found the receipt the day that I texted you. I tried not to bring it to you until I had every duck in a row. And I do. And I found the receipt and I had to bring it to you. Because that means they're shopping in this house with a card that I already reported to the FBI last year. I mean, the year before last, in 2012. And that card is in this house. And it shouldn't be. With a person, and they were so bold as to drop it right here in the front of the door. That's too much. And it's making me feel paranoid. I can't put no stuff in the refrigerator. I have to take all my stuff to the bathroom. I have limited myself now from a shower maybe every other day and wash up in the room. I don't, if I go out of the room, my camera come back, it's still turned off. I can't. It's too much. I can't keep living like this.
And at Pentecost, the Lord came in a special way to inhabit the life of every single believer.
So about the money that I owe you today, I have it. I'm not comfortable with sending it on Cash App anymore. I don't know if that's going to be just this week or not, but I have the money. I owe you. If it's okay with you, if not, I'll pay you $250. I was going to take off the money that I took to the lift to go over there. If not, I'll pay you $250. I will give you whatever you say because that's what I owe you. But I don't feel comfortable with the Cash App because the Cash App is connected to a phone. And if my phone is connected in an opposite way than it should, that Cash App transaction is going to come from a different phone number. And so I've been trying to, and that's also why I didn't want to send it to you out of town. So that is the only reason I held your money. Other than that, okay. So I will get a money order. If you want me to get it today, I can. But I'm telling you the truth, I ain't got time to put all my stuff away yet. And so if you want me to, if you come back later or tomorrow or whatever you want to do, if you want to wait, it's up to you. I know you said today that you would take me when you came, but I probably know that you didn't intend on being here this long.
It was the awareness of his presence that he wanted them to understand. And remember this, Jesus Christ was the same yesterday, today, and forever. He hadn't changed. In other words, he hasn't changed locations or ways. Nothing about him has changed. And so as they had the Holy Spirit indwelling them, you and I have the Holy Spirit indwelling us. But you can live your life even as a believer.
Okay, I'll get a list and go and get it and send you and give you the money.
When I think about how Jesus worked,
or if I could.
I want you to turn to the 14th chapter of John for a moment, and let's look at one verse here that seems to would be almost impossible. But he said to him in the early part of the 14th chapter, do not let your heart be troubled. You believe in God, believe also in me. And then he's working with his apostles here, and he comes to this same chapter, 14th chapter, and he comes to this 12th verse. And listen to this amazing thing he said to them. Truly, truly, I say to you, he who believes in me.
Okay, so I will get the money to you today.
He will do also.
I will. If I have to end up cash apping it, I will. I just don't want to. I want to chill on that process, but if it's convenient for me and I'm not ready to leave yet, then I will just go ahead and give it to you that way. But either way, you'll have the rent today.
And what I've done, you're going to do great. So somebody said it could be impossible. But let's just think about it. We don't see Jesus very much in large crowds speaking, except Sermon on the Mount, maybe a few other times. And usually it's individuals he's dealing with. But at Pentecost, Peter preached, and what happened? 3,000 people got saved. I don't know how big the crowd was, but 3,000 of them got saved. Everybody didn't get saved, but 3,000 did. So what did he do when he said, greater works than these? That was greater works than these, speaking to a huge crowd, because that's what he said. He said, I'm going to send the Holy Spirit. He'll be upon you. And that meant that the power of God would be upon his servants. Then, for example, if you'll think about it, and Jesus never traveled over 80 miles from home. He didn't leave Palestine. Now think about this. He's telling this group of his disciples, I want you to go into all the world and preach the gospel. I think about that. I said, wait a minute. Have you been in all the world? What do you know is out there? And so, of course, this is the Roman world. Slavery, poverty, power, and all the rest. He said, I want you to go into all the world and preach the gospel. So he said, the work you do are going to be greater than what I've done. The Apostle Paul and those apostles went preaching the gospel. They spread that little New Testament church all over the Roman world. And so if you think about that, I mean, you can't even count the people and the impact. Look at the impact that the Apostle Paul had in starting all these churches and going back and discipling all these people and just multiplying Christians coming and going. But just look at Paul and look at Jesus. Paul just went everywhere. Jesus went 80 miles further as he went from home. Then you'll think about the few people comparatively that Jesus talked to and compared to who Paul talked to. No comparison. Now think about it. And today, we have television, we have radio that can reach every country in the world. And when Jesus said, greater things than I've done, Jesus said, now watch this. He didn't say you'll do them. But it's the Spirit of God within every single one of us who has the opportunity and the anointing of the Spirit upon each one of us. When the Spirit of God's there, he's there to equip you to do whatever he calls you to do. So we're not talking about Jesus. That's not what this is all about. It's the fact that he promised you what you're going to do as a result of what's going to happen when I come back to you in the power of the Holy Spirit. What's going to happen is going to amaze you. You've been amazed by what you've seen now. He resurrected the dead and all these things. He didn't say that you're going to resurrect the dead and you're going to do this and the other. He said greater works. What was the most important work Jesus came for? Not to raise the dead, to have miracles and healings and so forth, but to bring people to saving knowledge of God through the shed blood of his cross. That's why he came. These other things are things that happened that validate his ministry. But he came to bring people to the saving knowledge of Christ, of himself. So, watch this. Jesus is the same today, and we quote this verse, he's the same yesterday, today, and what? And forever. So the Jesus in you is the same Jesus that walked in Palestine hundreds of years ago. It's the same Jesus who said to his apostles, "These works that I do, you do even greater." Did that single us out that we'll do this, that, and the other? No. But it meant his followers would do greater work because he was going to indwell them in the person of the Holy Spirit, the third person of the Trinity. And it's not like God the Father, God the Son, God the Holy Spirit, three persons, but rather God the Father, God the Son, God the Holy Spirit, one person. God in three persons, the Trinity. We sing that. So, we have the Spirit of God within us. And it doesn't make any difference what happens, where, when, how. The Spirit of God is living within us. What is the desire of God's heart? The desire of God's heart is that you and I would live. Listen to this, that we would live in awareness of His presence. It'll change your life. It makes all the difference in the world if you're living in awareness of His presence. It doesn't mean that you live believing there is a God. That's not it. It's the awareness of His presence in your life. Every single believer is indwelt by the Spirit of God, and it says in Ephesians and other places that when you trusted Christ as your Savior, He sealed you. He sealed you forever as a child of God. And that seal is the presence of the Holy Spirit. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to help you identify the evidence of the awareness of His presence in our life. What's the evidence? Well, here's one of the, I'm going to give you 16 of them. Yeah, that's right. Get ready. Because they're all important. It could be more, but this is the first. Number one, He's continually in our thoughts, conscious or unconscious. He's continually in our thoughts. Let's take a mother who has a newborn baby, and the baby's about 3 days old. As she's going about her work in her household, doing what she does, but subconsciously, you know what? There's something in her head that can hear that baby. In other words, she has this something inside of her, which is her subconscious that God gave all of us, that she's aware of that child. That he may be 3 rooms over, but all of us have a subconscious and a conscious, so that God makes it possible for you and I to go about whatever we do in life, openly, speaking of whatever it might be. At the same time, there is that Spirit of God in our subconscious that makes us aware of His presence. It's almost like a holy silence within us. But He's there. And so the issue is, are you aware of it? Are you aware of the Lord in your life, consciously and subconsciously? Secondly, we're continually seeking His guidance. If I'm aware of His presence, I'm going to be continually seeking His guidance. We all make decisions every day. Many people make decisions totally oblivious to God. They don't even think about God. So I don't have to ask God about everything. Well, you may not ask God about whether you wear brown shoes or black, but all of us face decisions every day, whether it's on your job or whether it's in your family or whatever it might be. We face decisions. Now, let me ask you something. When a decision comes up, how do you make that decision? You say, well, I think I'm handling this. Did you ask God and say, Lord, give me wisdom to handle this? In other words, watch this. Think about this. What area of your life is God not interested in? What area of your life God is not have no interest in? Are there any? None. Amen? He's interested in everything. Therefore, if He is, then I should be aware that He has a preference in my decisions. As we said, we're not talking about stuff like that. We talk about the decisions you and I make every day. If I'm aware of His presence in my life, I'm going to be aware that when I have a decision, and for example, you meet somebody and they'll tell you something, and the Spirit of God says to you, don't go there. That's the Spirit of God doing what? Giving you guidance in your life.